Is your income tied to your productivity or your performance? Probably is if you're a salesperson or CEO or VP of sales. And to get more income, you have to perform or produce more. And the way you produce more is what? How do we typically say we produce more? Usually it's through behavior. Usually it's through actions. Well, I'm not sure that's the best way. And in this video training today on Caskey Live, I want to share with you a different model. And this is a plotting model, and I want to start with a story. About 2 years ago, a company came to me and we started working together. We'd worked together probably 3 or 4 months. And at the end of that 3 or 4 months, CEO calls me up. It was probably a $50 million company. He calls me up and says, "Hey, Bill, I really like what you're doing. We have seen a difference in our results, just a marginal difference because we'd only worked together 6 months and their selling cycle was a bit longer than that. But he says, we're having different conversations. We're really enthused about what we're doing, but I've got a question for you." I said, "Okay, shoot. Where are we going?" I said, "What do you mean, where are we going?" He said, "Where are we going? Where are you taking us? What's the destination here? What's the plan? What's the path? What's the journey? I know more and better and improved skill and improved revenue, but where are you taking my people?" And it was at that time, and I had that question in a variety of different ways. I started thinking, well, where am I taking them? Where am I taking anybody? As a coach, as a trainer, what's my plan for people? I know what's their plan for them is more important than my plan for them, but where's the train going? And so about a year ago, I started to really understand and get into pathways and journeys and where are we today and where are we going and what is it going to take to get us there? Because a company comes to me and they want more. They want more sales. They want their people to do better, make more money. A person comes to me and says, "Look, I'm stuck," or "I think I'm pretty good at what I do, but I want the next level." And so the question always is what is the next level? What's the current level? And so I started looking at this through a slightly different set of eyes and said, if I'm going to help people get to their highest potential, which is always my mission, that's always my goal, get you to your highest potential. You don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. If you don't know what it is, how would I know? I don't even know if I know it for myself. But my goal is to get you closer to that by sharing with you mindsets, strategies, and tactics that will help you. I don't even care if you learn sales skills. I'm so tired of talking about sales skills. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of talking about it because what we're talking about here has almost very little to do with sales skills. It has to do with achievement skills. What is your mindset of achievement? And I know you guys love talking about how many calls a day you make and how many deals you got on the table and how many pipeline, but you're going to burn yourself out. It's just not the way it's done today. And I want to share with you a guide and a journey that I think you should be on right now. Whether you do it with me or not, I would love it if you did it with me, but there's a lot of choices out there. The question is the choice you make for a coach or for training going to take you here? So let's talk about this. And I'm just going to give you one thing each of a way you can get from one level to the next. So the bottom level here is the survivor level. And it's a person who's probably earning $50,000 to $100,000 a year. There's no judgment here, but they're in survival mode. They're not thinking abundantly. They're not thinking prosperity. They have the consciousness is one of survival. And they don't like to make cold calls. They don't like to prospect, but they do it because they know they need a check. I doubt if many of you are in this. And again, this is not a judgment. This is just usually in your 20s, you're in survivor mode. And the thing that gets you out of this is mentality. Is you have to change your mentality about who you are, how you are, what you do, how you serve, how you get results for people, how you transform people. You have to change your thinking, your mentality around a lot of that. The next level up at the 100 to 300 grand level, and again, these numbers are not specific. If you're at 250 now, it doesn't mean you're not in survival mode. You can still be in survivor mode mentally. But the ascender is someone that has goals, they have plans, they have ambition, they know where they're going. Generally, they have a sense of direction. They're still very analog dependent. They're still very we'll just put an A here. They're analog thinkers. They think if I'm going to do more, I need to work more. And they're not afraid to work. These people are workers. They are working 50, 60 hours a week. The fear I have, if you're an ascender, is burnout. Burnout and stress. Because you will get to a point where you just can't do any more to get more. So the difference between the ascender and the orchestrator is your ability to leverage, and I'm going to say leverage technology here. Sorry about the crazy writing. Leverage technology. The ascent, to move from ascender to orchestrator, this person here does it all. They do it all by themselves almost. They may have some help. They may have some internal help inside the company. They may be able to hire a Fiverr virtual assistant. But generally, these people do it all themselves and are damn good at it. But to get to the $300,000 to $500,000 level, generally, you're going to have to become more of an orchestrator. And an orchestrator is someone who, the orchestra leader is not the person that plays the instruments. This person is the instrument player. This person is the orchestra leader. This person understands that they can't do it all. They don't want to do it all. They're not good at doing it all. Because the challenge is that sometimes we do things we're not good at just because it's easier to do it than to delegate it. These people tend to be really good delegators. They're good at saying, okay, we've got this goal, we've got this plan to go in and generate $1 million in this territory. How are we going to do it? We're not going to make cold calls. We're not going to network our way to it. How are we going to do it? How are we going to engage the customer? What kind of technology do we need? So the orchestrator tends to be really good at leveraging technology, whether it's a phone, whether it's a web page, a website. An orchestrator will say, okay, we want to show our product and demo our product in front of 300 organizations in the Carolinas in the next year. Let's just say that's the goal. So the ascender just starts making calls, boom, 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 making out calls, making calls, trying to get appointments with people so he can go in and demo. The orchestrator says, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do it online. And people are going to sign up for the demo. And we're going to shoot a video where we talk exactly about what they're going to learn in the demo. We're going to create a web page for $100, and we're going to email it, and we're going to call people, but we're going to send them to this web page so they can sign up for the demo. And when they sign up for the demo, they're going to get a survey of sort of an audit. What questions do you have, and what is your current situation, so that we can serve you the best. That's the orchestrator. That's the orchestrator. Better use of technology, whether it's web pages, video. Guys, if you want to get to 300 to 500,000, you can't do it this way. You just can't. And I know some of you will say, oh, Bill, I don't understand websites. No, you don't understand. You don't have to. You can hire somebody to build a web page for $100, for $50, probably less. So why are you putzing around down here when all you need is to think like an orchestrator? So orchestrator thinks about the big picture and assembles resources to make that big picture a reality. Okay, let's move up to amplifier. The amplifier is an orchestrator on steroids. The amplifier is the one who says, my message is strong. My story is strong. I need to amplify it. I need to get it out into the universe, into the marketplace. I need to use the social media platforms. I need to use YouTube. I need to create maybe some kind of an ongoing series of shows. I need to get on other people's shows. I need to invite them onto my shows. And again, I'm not talking Netflix shows here. I'm talking about maybe you should have a show where you go live every day or every week. I go live every day, but it doesn't have to be that. And talk about some of the issues in your industry. Do you know the issues? I bet you do. I bet you're pretty good at talking about those issues. Doesn't need to be special. Just hook up a megaphone, almost said megaphone. That would be cool. Microphone and a camera. But this person is interested in amplifying their message, amplifying their value. They're willing to get out there, to put themselves out, sometimes in vulnerable areas, to generate more inbound leads, inbound opportunities. This person is very outbound related. This person is kind of half and half. This person is all inbound. all inbound. They know that when they create a piece of content, if they do it right, the phone will ring. They're not afraid of creating content. They're not afraid of shooting a video. So that's the amplifier, $500,000 to $1 million in income. You see a big jump here. This almost doubles from the orchestrator, who again is only about half digital, half analog. When you think about digital and analog, this person is kind of both. This person is primarily digital. And I know, here's what I'm hearing you think. Well, Bill, I live in a handshake business. You know, I work in we have to network. We have to go to shows and golf outings. Okay, that's fine. Just keep doing that. I'm not saying don't do that. But if that's 99% of your behavior, you're down here. And there's nothing wrong with being down here. There's nothing wrong with it. You make 300 grand a year and you pop away 20% every year. Within 20 years, you're going to have $5-10 million in the bank. And maybe you're investing in other things. Maybe you've got side hustle, side business. Nothing wrong with this. But I want you to move up the ladder. There's no reason for you not to move up the ladder. This is not about intelligence. It's not even about ambition. It's about strategy. That's all it is. All it is strategy. Okay, let's talk about the master level. The master level is the person who is in the $1 million plus range. I don't even consider these people salespeople generally anymore. You know, when I think of these people, I think of somebody like Joe Rogan, who has kind of a media empire, even though he has one channel and he takes it and clips it out and does other things. But he's a $200 million, I don't know what his latest contract was, 3 or 4 or 5 years. Bottom line is, it's a lot of millions of dollars, but he's still a salesperson, isn't he? I mean, he's still communicating his value every day, working on his skills. He's got a skill stack. This person is really good at stacking all of the skills and packaging them and amplifying them. That's the difference between the master and the amplifier, is this person is a packager of skills. Who else is like this? Think about people, well, Oprah, for example. And while I'm not a big fan of Oprah, just like you may not be a big fan of Joe Rogan, those people are at the top of their game. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a master at not just the singing part and the writing part, the marketing part. Now, I'm sure she's got help. I'm sure she didn't. But that's a master. And again, before you say, Bill, those are, Joe Rogan, Taylor Swift, come on. I'm just Jonathan Erickson. I live in Spring Hill, Arkansas, and I've just got a territory of, 10 counties. I don't want to be Taylor Swift. You shouldn't be, especially if your name is Jonathan. You should not be Taylor Swift. But why can't you command and own and dominate the market in your territory? Why can't you create an 80% market share in your territory? Maybe it's not that now. Maybe it is. If it is, you know what? Stay where you are. But I want you to think bigger. I want you to think expansive. I want you to start thinking from where you are. You need to plot yourself on this graph, not just Jonathan. He's an imaginary character. But you need to plot yourself on this graph and ask yourself, where am I? Be honest. Am I down here? Maybe you are. That's okay. Wherever you start, you start. But I wanted to give you a journey. I wanted to give you a map. If you can work your way up, and the way I see this, just like a ladder, there are rungs along this. There's 2 or 3 things in each place. In fact, we teach all this in the $1 Million Seller Program. It's important that you understand the rungs, understand the categories, and understand what you need to do to continue to move up. So, just to review, mentality gets you from survivor to ascender. Leverage gets you from ascender to orchestrator. Amplifier is content. Content is production of ideas, communication of ideas, and master is all digital. And it's getting on other people's stages, having your own show or your own stage. And for those of you that want to go from 100 grand to 500 grand to 750 grand, I can help you do it. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in subsequent episodes, but you can go to BillCaskey.com to learn more. Hope this helped today. I will see you later. Bye.